Elvis is directed by Baz Luhrmann, who previously directed The Great Gatsby, and tells the life story of Elvis Presley on his way to famous celebrity status, king of rock and roll, and his manager, played by Tom Hanks, is using him for his own gain to try and collect money and pay off debts and his personal stuff, being a total scumbag and disregarding Elvis as a person behind Elvis's back, pretending that he is there for him. He's basically the villain of this film and also the narrator of the film overall. But the movie still finds a way to put focus on Elvis, his life, and show him to actually be the protagonist, when in the beginning of the film you would think that this old person is the protagonist. And something like this happened with The Great Gatsby, another Baz Luhrmann film, as I said, where it seems to focus on Tobey Maguire's character in the film in the beginning, and we see the whole movie through his point of view, but really the protagonist was Leonardo DiCaprio's character, actually. Here, I think he did a much better job at portraying a protagonistic character and an antagonistic character, and showing both sides of the coin equally and how they're affecting one another, how the villain is always steps ahead of the main protagonist until he's able to overcome that. And to me, that writing was a bit better here than the previous film. But I don't know much about the story of Elvis Presley, so I'm not going to comment on any inaccuracies or anything of the sort like that. I watched the movie as it is. I know a little bit about Elvis. I listen to some of his music from time to time. I really enjoy it. He is certainly the king of rock and roll for a reason. And this movie depicts those musical moments beautifully with Baz Luhrmann's signature style. And I think his style very much fit this person. Sometimes he could go a bit overboard, like with Great Gatsby, putting in modern music in the mix. It works a little bit better here, but still I would have much preferred music of the time. The filmmaking, though, still is pretty good, though the editing is a bit jarring and fast-paced, but that's basically the entire film. It's one adrenaline rush. I always want to go to the next scene, to the next scene. That's kind of a problem from time to time, where the film could feel a little bit too fast, and some information you could probably miss if you blink. But still, the moments where it's supposed to stay a little bit calmer, it does. It lingers on the characters at the most appropriate moments. The story itself, while pretty standard and cliched in that we've seen this template with many musical biopics before, it's still pretty well presented, mostly due to the great performances of Tom Hanks and Austin Butler, especially Austin Butler, who plays Elvis perfectly. I automatically saw him as Elvis in that role, and it's hard to think of any other person, even if you don't like the movie or the portrayal of the guy. You can't deny that the performance Austin Butler gave was almost pitch perfect. Really good performance there, especially from Tom Hanks, who really does sell you on this very slithery, very condescending at times, disgusting person that you just want to slap the face off of. And while I don't think this is one of Tom Hanks' best performances, like not his all-time at all, I still think he delivered one that very much suits the story tone for the character. And those are my biggest praises. Baz's style could be hit or miss for me. I can understand how it could turn some people off, and I can understand why some people may not enjoy this film because of that style, because of the fast pace of the story and how it could probably rush things. The musical moments, though, when Elvis is performing, Austin Butler, who sings most of the songs, he does a really good job dancing, acting it out. He's really giving it his all and really sells you in those moments and is what keeps you engaged from his first scene to his last. Overall, not one of the best musical biopics I've ever seen. Maybe if I look into more of the real life story, I could see more inaccuracies. The problems I have with previous Baz Luhrmann's films still kind of apply here. Though I think this is a story that fits his style a little bit better than something like Great Gatsby. Overall, not a bad movie. Not one of the best biopics, but if you want to go in for a fun time watching some good old hearted drama with a very famous person, I could recommend Elvis to you. And I'm going to give it a B. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time.